In this video, we're going to talk about different ways of representing a function. Let's read what it says. A freight train travels at 35 miles per hour. How can you represent this situation in 4 different ways? Okay, you probably won't have to do this very much, but the 4 ways you are going to use is as a function rule, an equation with labeled variables, a set of ordered pairs would be a second way, a table of values would be a third way, and a graph would be a 4th way. So I'm going to start with a rule. And using the information I've been given, I'm going to say let's let x equal time. And I'm going to say that's in hours, of course. And why don't we go with let y equal number of miles traveled. Pardon me. All right. And it says that the freight train travels at 35 miles per hour. So the number of miles it travels is obviously the dependent value, and that's going to be at 35 miles per hour. And that would be y equals 35x. All right, so that would be way 1. How about for my second way of doing this? Actually, I'm just going to slide this over so you can see my numbers. For my second way, barely got it in there. For my second way, why don't we make a table? All right, so if we had x, 35x, and then we would get our y, and of course our ordered pair. So we kind of can feed 2 birds with 1 seed here, if you will. Alrighty, so let's see. If we say x is 0, 35 multiplied by x would be 0, y would be 0. When x is 0, y is 0. The train's not moving. If x is 1, this would be 35 multiplied by 1, which means that after an hour it would travel 35 miles. And why don't we just do one more? If we said that the train was traveling for 2 hours, it would travel 70 miles, so our ordered pair would be 270. So that's in the form of a table of values, and then for my third way, just going to kind of cheat right here, would just be the ordered pairs itself. 0, 0, 135, and lastly, what do I have? 270. And finally, the last way I could represent this is by using a graph. And I've got one here. I'm just going to slide all this up so that you can see it, because I don't think I can get it all in one screen. And my 4th and final way of representing that train would be here. So I've got the distance traveled on my y-axis and my time in hours on my x-axis. And as you can see, 1 would be 35 approximately, 2 would be 70, and there you go. So those are 4 ways of representing a function.